The entire Tekken 7 scene across the world is wrapping up their last tournaments before Tekken 8 comes out. This weekend, I flew back home to my home in the Pacific Northwest and went to Seattle, where Bonus Round hosted their last regional. It was about 50 players, not super big, but it was great to go home and see everybody and compete. What's special about this tournament is Chapter, the man on the right here, he runs the Faustian esports team, but on top of that, in every tournament he runs, he does a thing where a secret Santa, a secret hidden boss, will come out after the grand final and challenge the champion of the tournament to a 1-3. If the champion beats the secret Santa, they get to double their prize winnings. Now, it's never easy because every year the secret Santa gets stronger and stronger. It's a more high profile player. So last year when I won this tournament, I fought Shadow 20Z. But this year, if you saw the title and thumbnail already, which you obviously did because you clicked, you will see that he got an absolute legend. I'll play his announcement here. He basically said that JDCR was his inspiration for getting into the FGC. I know it's going to be kind of hard to hear. And then the commentators are way louder than the rest of it. But look at him. JDCR is out here. He got flown out by Chapter to compete here. It was a total surprise. So I was in this tournament. I finished 4th. So afterwards, I went up to Chapter and I asked him, like, hey, listen, I won't tell anybody. Can you tell me who the Santa is? Went up to this secret room where JDCR was being guarded, basically. And it turned out to be him. And I was very surprised. Said hi, you know, because we've met before. We've chatted before. But, what a total surprise. And he will be facing one of the best up-and-coming players in the US, kind of underground, kind of slept on, Dragonslayer, a Kunimitsu player known probably best for beating Anakin in an ICFC, the online tournament series. Dragonslayer is really, really cool too. He's very earnest. He practices a lot. He has this starstruck effect. So you'll see here when he tries to rock, paper, scissors JDCR, he doesn't look, you know, as like a code of honor, I guess, but he fumbles it about 3 times. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So I drove home right after I lost. I finished 4th. In the top 8, Dragonslayer beat me 2-1, then beat Just Frame James in the winners final 3-2. Just Frame James made it all the way back to grand finals, and Dragonslayer beat him once again. So very impressive performance from Dragonslayer, a lot of consistency, and that's really, really cool to see. While they're setting up here after that fiasco of a rock, paper, scissors, let me talk a bit about the matchup that's going to be played. JDCR picking Armor King, and Dragonslayer obviously picking Kunimitsu. Now, Armor King gets a lot of downplay in Tekken 7, but we have to remember he's a DLC character, and what that means is his movement is enhanced, his hitboxes are more reliable and bigger and more consistent. Reliable and consistent. Talk about redundant, right? Armor King is really good, okay? He obviously has some tracking weaknesses, but these have existed beforehand. So JDCR, as an experienced Tekken player, especially in Tag 2, knows how to navigate this. He knows how to realign, he knows how to delay timing, and he knows how to play in a way that even though you can, on paper, step some of Armor King's moves, he'll be able to cover for that weakness. Now, not all moves are steppable, right? So Armor King has a enhanced down forward 1 that is really, really hard to sidestep. You do go left, but if you ever try to test it in practice mode, it's hard to step even to the left. It's an absolutely ridiculously strong move. By the way, if you don't care about any of this, go ahead, skip to the timestamp below for the match right away. But I think, you know, this is a conversation that needs to be had. Armor King is really, really strong in this game. So Armor King's general game plan, he has his throw game. He has ambiguous throws. So in Tekken, usually you look at the hand to decide which throw to break. You can visually react to this one and break it with the 1 button, the left punch button. You can visually react to this and break it with the right button. However, Armor King reaches out with both hands at once. And there are different breaks. If he giant swings you, you have to break with your left punch. If he shining wizards you, you have to break with 1+2. But you can't tell, you have to guess based on context. So doing nothing against Armor King is horrifying because if you sit there, he will throw mix you with a truly ambiguous throw mix-up. If you attack him though, it's not so easy. He has 2 very strong counter hit options. Back 1, 11 frame high, quick punch, full launcher, lots of damage. Down forward 2 complements it really well because he has a high counter hit, think of Steve, and a mid counter hit. His down forward 2 is homing, And even though it's unsafe, -11, meaning you can jab punish it, it has weird properties. Sometimes it pushes back so far that jab punishes miss. It's so fast that it can be hard to whiff punish, and even if you are sharp on your block or whiff punishment, he can cover it without extension. So you can press down forward 2-1, and then the high will interrupt anything you do. So if you wait for the high to try to launch it, he can just not do it, and then he got away with throwing out this safe mid homing counter hit launcher. So that's what happens if you try to attack him to stop his throw game. But say you manage to block and duck his throws. He still has options. His mids, back 4 and while standing 4, are two really safe and high reward mids. The back 4 leads to a knockdown, which gives him a mix-up opportunity with the throw, or to loop the situation again. His instant while standing 4 is kind of a slept-on move, and the reason it's so good is it recovers so fast it's really hard to whiff punish. On block, it creates a pushback situation that is absolutely nasty to deal with. And if it hits, he gets so many frames. Again, it loops this situation of, do I attack him, do I duck, or do I eat his mix-up game, or do I run into his counter hits? Finally, he has forward neutral 2 as another kind of make you do something move, but it has the dual effect of punishing you for being too active. It's a ducking, like it's a high crushing low, so he ducks down and punches you in the groin. And if it counter hits you, it launches you. So what all of this means is that if you do nothing, he throws you. If you do too much, he counter hits you. And if you try to guess between the two, he mixes you up. The reason why the pushback on these two mids is so good, by the way, is because it creates a situation where, okay, if I swing right away, Armor King can backdash once, and then my move will whiff, and he can punish me. If I chase him to avoid whiffing, he has these two super strong counter hits. 3, actually, if you include this. So Armor King creates nasty situations with these safe mids, and then makes you guess between the throw game or the counter hit game, or getting whiff punished. Nasty character, but Kunimitsu is not exactly bad either. I'm sure you all believe this because Kuni is really good. What Dragonslayer is really good at showing is in the neutral, he places his jabs really, really well. He also likes to use generic lows to mix up. He's not like a heavy mix-up player. He will like to play a lot of pokes and get his damage that way. He uses 2-2, but as you'll see in the set, I think he could have used it more. I'll talk about that more later. Other quirks, he uses sidestep 4, but he does it when moving backwards, and that creates a weird situation where it's really hard to whiff punish and react when you're moving forward. Or sorry, to block and react. To react to it and block while moving forward is weird, and because of the recovery, it's hard to whiff punish. One other quirk is he likes to put the back turn throws when he gets frame advantage. So usually Kuni in back turn can mix between mid, low, or she could do her throws. Ducking against Kuni's back turn is scary because the mid full launches, right? So Dragonslayer knows this, and he decides to use the ambiguous throws instead. This way, if you're gonna decide to duck, it's a huge commitment because you can die for it. But if you decide to stand block and try to just defend solidly, you have to guess between two fully ambiguous throws, and that's so nasty, and he gets a lot of damage that way. Finally, his stance placement is pretty good. He's good at reading if you're going to be inactive or if you're going to be like mashy, and then choose his stances properly. Aside from that, he also likes to use back 2, the armor move, as a way to counter a lot of mashy behavior, especially when he's threatened the stances very well. Dragonslayer, again, up-and-coming player, really, really cool to see. Let's get into the matches. So, I haven't watched all of these fully. I drove straight home to try and review it as quickly as possible. So, Armor King, again, very, very strong, and DLC versus DLC is more or less even. Now, I think that Kuni should play a lot of 2-2 to shut down these slower moves from Armor King. However, this forward neutral 2 is a big threat against that. So I can understand the hesitancy to play the high mid string, especially because 2 hits is prone to getting counter hit. Okay, JDCR plays dash back 4. Again, that dash is crucial to getting that realignment and avoiding getting sidestepped. A really good default movement against Armor King is sidestep right duck at range 2. It beats a lot of options. That's why JDCR is playing dash to try and realign. Dragonslayer with a nice wake up while standing 3. When you wake up from this face down position, you can do an instant, like from this position, you can tap up and hit your button to get a while standing move. Joka from the UK is famous for doing this with Fang. And Kunimitsu also benefits a lot from it. Don't know why he tried that combo, loses a lot of damage, and then eats a giant swing, which will kill him if it hits the wall, which it does. That's wild. All right, JDCR playing slow again, runs up and does a back four, it hits. Now look at the situation, forward four into mix-up. If Dragonslayer mashed, he got counter hit launched. JDCR just kind of blocking at range to avoid getting hit by the set stance, and there's Dragonslayer doing the back turn throw on frame advantage, okay? Look at this. He does down four. JDCR is chilling at this range because Kuni can counter hit launch very easily, so he just sidestep right blocks. Forward neutral two. He whiffs in the open. Dragonslayer whiff punishes with the 4-2, and then from back turn he has so much frame advantage that usually a player won't mash. Again, there's the threat of the mid, so he goes for the ambiguous throw. JDCR chooses to break the correct one. Down forward 2-1. And here JDCR is playing just straight offense, okay? He's not forcing the throw right away. He punishes with 2-1. He has frame advantage. He throws the down forward 2 as a frame trap. Any action that is not just blocking or a movement gets hit, right? Or a backdash specifically. But he uses the 1 extension there to cover the punish. He plays dash forward neutral 2 off of that frame advantage. And off of that frame advantage, he doesn't frame trap right away. He wave dashes into back 4. Okay? So he's frame trapping the first time, mixing up the second time. Dragonslayer tries to punish that for some reason and eats it down forward 4. By the way, if you don't like all the pauses, I'll put a link to the actual set down below, but this is part of my brand, so, you know, pay attention. Can't launch that anymore, Dragonslayer. You know, Dragonslayer, again, practicing punishes a lot, but that can come to a fault with this kind of, the patches that come in Tekken 7. Dragonslayer has definitely labbed the proper punishment. However, with the patch, his old muscle memory clearly kicking in here. Forward neutral 2, forward neutral 2, and then he tries to hop knee. Eats a punish, and then a dash down 3. Something you'll see really good about how JDCR plays is he's not just mixing up on immediate timing, meaning as soon as he gets the chance here, right? Immediate timing would be throwing the down 3 right away. But JDCR does a little mini walk forward. Koreans are so good at using that mini walk forward because they can block if an attack decides to come out, or they can play their mix-up and have it realign. That was a really good option. I've never seen Armor King do this. So this is a common Kunimitsu low, the Manji spin kicks. What happens here, Kuni does 2 low spin kicks. She can choose to keep spinning, but after you block the first 2, you can mash a 13 frame while standing punish and always hit her. There are some axes and situations where you can't use 13 frames, you have to use 12 frames. Armor King has a while standing 12 frame counter hit launcher. So Dragonslayer has to stop here. He can't hit anything, but there's a mid kick that Kuni's going to do, and she gets counter hit. What a good option from JDCR. That hit the wall. Okay, so he hit the wall, but he couldn't get a wall combo here, right? Sorry, the skip back is so far on Twitch. It's 10 seconds. YouTube is nice. You get 5 seconds. I hope they change that. Anyways, full wall splat here. He's running up. Can't get a wall combo, so he just decides to play the wake-up situation. Forward neutral 2. Down forward 3. Unparryable mid is the reason he chose this. JDCR chose this mid because it can't be parried. Playing it one more time. Boom. Okay. Down forward 4 is a quick check. Dragonslayer jabs into a throw. Again, Dragonslayer good at using jabs to reestablish control. Kunimitsu's jab is really, really strong. Whiff punish on the down forward 2. And finally, a forward neutral 2 counter hits. And this is how JDCR landed it. Check this out. Remember how I talked about he was doing not immediate timing every time? He was doing single dashes or single walk forwards to do it. Now, he does a double dash forward into this. I know I paused it, so it's probably not very visible. Let me run that back one more time. Down forward 2 whiffs. He gets punished here. Blocks this. He has frame advantage. Instead of attacking, he double dashes forward. 1, 2, forward neutral 2. And this should be death if he lands the giant swing, but the combo is hard to hit on Kunimitsu, but he counter hits Dragonslayer with a down forward 4 on wake up 3-0 game 1. Moral of the story here is just he hit the throws, he hit the mix-ups, and he hit the counter hits. And Dragonslayer not playing enough 2-2 or not stopping the forward neutral 2 enough to change JDCR's gameplay. And it's hard to stop the forward neutral 2 because back 4 has been hitting him, right? Sidestep right duck is a solution, but you have to have the timing, and JDCR is playing with the timing constantly, either doing it immediately, doing it out of 1 dash, doing it out of 2 dashes. Dragonslayer, nice adjustment, playing 2-2. However, he finally ate a counter hit down forward 2. Running that back one more time. 2-2, stance, 3, and then you can't do anything after that. The 3 is not does not give enough frame advantage. It actually is very disadvantageous. It's barely safe. So JDCR choosing to place his counter hit button in frame is very solid, and Dragonslayer paid the price for it. More dashes into forward neutral 2, none of them getting blocked or low parried, so why would JDCR stop? Same thing here. JDCR is seeing that the lows are working, so he just keeps going. Forward neutral 2. Low parry is strong in Tekken 7, no doubt. However, if you're not getting low parried, keep doing it. He just plays the forward dash to make sure Kunimitsu can't backdash it. One problem with a lot of the Tekken 7 new generation, and I have this problem as well, is they don't block low. They just look for low parries in key situations. Look at this, look at this. This is exactly what I was talking about, okay? Armor Kings while standing 4. Look at this situation, please, my friends. Why is this pause button stuck on the screen here? Does anybody know why that's the case? Can somebody tell me how to fix that on Twitch? Anyways, this is important, okay? Check this out. Wow, Twitch's controls are horrible. Okay? Where was I? I was trying to show this while standing 4. Okay, thank you, thank you. Here we go. So forward neutral 2, back 4. Look at the pushback here. If he does a single backdash, anything Kuni does whiffs. So Dragonslayer dashes up. Now look at this. Okay, after this situation, while standing 4, look at the pushback. Now Kuni does 2-2, and he did a single backdash. Armor King did one backdash, and it whiffed. He doesn't whiff punish because he's not ready, and there's an extension threat. But down 4-2 once again, counter hitting. It is so scary to attack Armor King all the time. Dragonslayer was whiffing, so he had to play a dash forward, and he paid the price for it. Sidestep left beat down forward neutral 2, but Dragonslayer didn't get a launch. Ooh, clipped by the QCF 1+2. Really, really strong move for Kunimitsu. Nice. This was a wake-up trap. So look at this situation here. Right after this combo, QCF 1+2, wall splat. All right. So here, Dragonslayer or Kunimitsu steps on your head and you're face up, feet away. That's the notation for that, okay? So if you wake up backwards here, she can murder you, and that's what JDCR chose to do, and he got murdered for it. Exactly as predicted. Down 4-2. Nice, the 2-2 clipping him. So I was talking about how the back turn is scary to duck, but JDCR has a game up, right? And it's worth playing around with that data, I guess. Down 4-2, the punish is out of range. That's not even a punish, to be honest. But Dragonslayer spins in a back turn and gets the throw ducked. And that you know, what I think it is calling out the Kunimitsu's offense is really important, because if you can get her to break the pilot's flow state by choosing a hard read option there, it can be really, really good for you to start running your own offense again. But here, Dragonslayer kind of implementing exactly what I said. So JDCR has been kind of dominating, putting out hitboxes for free, and the down forward 1-2-2 counter hit launches, counter hit wall splats, the forward neutral 2 that JDCR attempted. Playing 2-2 again to kind of control. Does the back turn cancel, and JDCR calls it out. 2-2. Up forward 4, beating a sidewalk. JDCR stayed down. No launch with the wake up low. And there's the Dragonslayer special. Backdash, sidestep 4. Very, very hard to decide to run up and duck. Right? Right? He hides it with his backdash. And there, it hits while JDCR is running forward. Really, really hard to deal with. Okay, now Dragonslayer playing the generic down 4, 2-2 whiffs again. And what was the situation I was talking about? What were the moves? The Armor King players, take notes. Look at this. Down forward 2, push back. Just backdash. That's ridiculous. He tried to counter hit in case Dragonslayer did the extension, the 2-2-2. That's why the back one was thrown out. Down forward 2, down forward 1. While standing 2 counter hit, and look, this is another pushback situation. Everything Armor King does has a whiff punish or counter hit threat. Okay, down forward 2, down forward 1 off of the Kuni backdash, right? So look at the spacing he's at. Jab whiffs, then he does a duck while standing 2. Counter hitting, calling out Dragonslayer for swinging after Dragonslayer whiffed a jab. A jab is not that good to press after, even though it's pretty like hard to whiff punish a jab. Whoa, what was that? Why did he do that? Backdash. I guess he was just trying to catch him, but, you know, maybe if it counter hit the forward neutral 2, But, you know, JDCR is not a wild player. Yes, he's attacking a lot, but he, you know, he has the Korean defense. Dragonslayer doing stance from far away, trying to... Oh, he's trying to snipe with the Katon 3-2. Back turn is ducked again. JDCR may have been ducking a throw, but I guess if Dragonslayer isn't showing the mid, JDCR is not afraid to duck. Look at how JDCR is playing this range. So remember how the Kunimitsu set 2 is a counter hit launching threat? Well, Dragonslayer hasn't been showing it. So JDCR feels comfortable seeing the stance here, recognizing there's a cooldown, and doing run up, down forward 1. Clipping the sidestep 4 this time, but obviously he wasn't looking for that. Not prepared to combo off the float. Wow! Armor King's back 4 got bodied by the stance. Dragonslayer looking really good here. Sidestep 2, 1+2. Completely whiffing, and JDCR just playing small pokes. Another thing Armor King players that I watch do is they're trying to get high reward all of the time. But look at how JDCR plays this. 2-1, nice little punish, look at the damage. Frame advantage. He plays a forward dash jab, then just a down forward 4. Then a forward neutral 2, right? He doesn't need to land the throw. He doesn't need to land the counter hit. He doesn't need to land a launch. Punishes, pokes, forward neutral 2 for more advantage, then he tries to throw. But the punish isn't deadly here. And then sidestep right duck on the set 3 slide, recognizing the whiff, launches. And this should be, yeah, as the commentators say, super dead. No, one more situation. Oh, toe kick blocked. Dragonslayer realizing, you could see him like, oh, that was silly, that was silly, that was silly. Okay, let me refresh the page real quick. 5:54:43. I want to get this pause button off the screen. I got an ad. There's simply no... My fault, guys. Go ahead, skip forward 15 seconds. I apologize. I just wanted to get rid of the pause button, man. Meta Quest 3? Okay. We're back. We do it live. Alright, so Dragonslayer picking his patented stage, the Island Paradise. It's actually a nice stage. I like seeing a bunch of nice stuff on the screen when I'm moving around fighting for my life. It's much nicer. Okay. JDCR in the Santa outfit is not going to lose its novelty for a while. Okay, Dragonslayer playing 1-1, down forward 1, imitating what JDCR was doing, controlling the neutral with the quick pokes. But JDCR getting a punish here, playing the frame advantage, sidestep 4? Not a common move. I'm not sure why JDCR is picking that move, but off of this punish, off of this advantage, it obviously works for dodging the hop knee, right? But nice duck on the wake up low. Dragonslayer needs to chill on the wake up. There we go. Good use of the regular launching mid off the back turn stance. Look at the situation again. Dragonslayer lands a 2-2, chooses to go into back turn off the advantage, and recognizes that JDCR has constantly been ducking. So here, that's a really solid choice. Dragonslayer had tried the throw, he tried the low, so the mid makes sense. QC of 1+2, clipping JDCR out of his movement, and then back 2. Would lose to a well-placed forward neutral 2 because lows go through power crushes. However, in this situation, it worked very well. And back 2 hitting again. That move used to knock down. Can you believe that? Counter hit 1-2-4. Uh-oh. Let's look at this again. This was a very fast round. Dragonslayer speeding up. Nice to see. Down forward 3+4. And then he's mashing at disadvantage to try and counter hit any slow offense from JDCR. But that whiff's complete. He's got to stop doing that. That is not a good wake-up choice. It keeps whiffing. Nice whiff punish. Oh my god. All right, JDCR. Interesting ender. Maybe he chose to go for a carry, but instead of forward 2-1, it still puts him in a situation to run up. Or maybe he wanted to keep Dragonslayer out of rage. Run up, hop kick. And the crazy part is JDCR got him. Look at this. After this really long combo again, because Twitch has 10-second skips. If anybody has a plugin for that, let me know, by the way. But look at this. He's forward wave dashing, and Dragonslayer was ducking. He was just a bit early on the read. But then a hop kick again, beating the 2-2-2-2-2 cancel. Did you guys catch that? Look at this. I know I'm pausing a lot, but I'm not sorry. Okay? 2-2-2-2, back turn 2, right? To not die, Dragonslayer has to parry. But the read in the first place is that you're respecting the 5th hit, so you chill. What JDCR is doing is half respecting the 5th hit, but trying to visually confirm that they got canceled, and then immediately doing the hop kick. And this is just straight up death. JDCR is really sharp, man. And what's cool is these legacy pros are so good even after traveling, flying from Korea, and being able to do that. Wow, back 4 again getting bodied by the stance. It's tough when your mids do not work. Okay. 1, 2, 4. 2, 1 punish. Forward dash into block, but no punish on that one. Instead, running the forward neutral 2 to death. If it's not getting ducked, wow. Dragonslayer went for the counter hit high and died for it. Look at this. 1, 2, all in the same timing. Then he delays the timing of the third one, but still insisting on the low. Then immediate timing again. That's wild. Wake up trap, and now it's a one-hit situation. Toe kick, get. JDCR has definitely seen this situation a million times. I guarantee you he's seen this. Do the combo, do this, and he's seen this. He's seen this before. It's tough being a newer player against a legacy player, man. In a game like Tekken where there's so many situations. Dragonslayer running up into a throw. Nice. JDCR playing. Wow. JDCR playing a generic down 4 into the 12 frame while standing counter hit launch. That is so... Like, you would think this is cheesy, right? But he can tell Dragonslayer is playing so active. So even though it's not a true frame trap, it catches the down forward 1. Wow. Shining Wizard, half HP. Back 4. Just don't get bodied by the stance, but even if he does, wow. Using the back sway. Wow, what a block. And is that it? Oh my goodness. Look at this. This makes sense though. Once again, the sidestep 4 hitting again, of course, but look at this. At this stage of the game, when a Kunimitsu goes full crouch like that, at that range, at this HP, you're not afraid of the mid, right? Because the mid doesn't kill you, and the mid kills her. So when you see this situation, it takes a very, very high level player or someone with just insane genius, I think, to see this situation right here. Backdash duck, right? If you see this situation and somebody goes like mid, they're a god. Like, you got to give that to them, man. Especially because the mids are unsafe, right? So this low is pretty telegraphed from Dragonslayer as kind of a last-ditch attempt to get damage and steal the game back. JDCR, having been in not only high-intensity situations before, but high-intensity situations where he has the lead, can recognize that, hey, my back's to the wall, the combo's not going to hurt too much, the low makes sense for him to take momentum back, I'm going to duck. But what's cool about what JDCR does is look how late he ducks. Do you see that? The move was coming out, and that's what's cool about these Korean players, is even if they have a read, they don't do it right away. You read and then react to a change in animation. That's different, by the way, than reacting to the low itself, okay? A reactable low is you're just chilling, doing your thing, you see the low start up, and then you respond. What I'm talking about here is having the information and the idea that a low block would be good from before the move even started. Then you see the character model move and then respond. Knee talks about this. I believe Low-High talks about this too. And clearly JDCR demonstrated it again. The duck makes 100% sense there. But waiting until an animation comes out hides the idea that you were looking for it. Right? It hides the intent. Like if some people will sit there and just hard duck. And that's more hype because it creates like a fighting game read. Like, oh, he knew. But it's more hype. I mean, it's more... ambiguous what your defensive intent is if you play the blocks as late as possible. Because obviously there's no way he reacted, but is he fuzzying the timing? Is he ducking on a read? It's hard to tell if it always looks like the block is coming last second. So incredible set from incredible set from JDCR, incredible tournament from Dragonslayer to make it all the way through the grand finals undefeated in the winner's side and actually taking the entire tournament. What a pleasure to have played JDCR. I would have loved to do it, but unfortunately, again, I'm not here because after 4th place, I drove home immediately to get this video out to you guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. Hope you enjoyed this little showcase of the Pacific Northwest. This is my home. This is where I came from. I'm hoping we get stronger as a region. Oh, it looks like they're interviewing JDCR. I didn't know they do this. Hopefully the audio cooperates. I hope the commentators keep it down. Respectfully, of course. Let's check this. I haven't seen this. Oh, it's not very audible at all. I can't tell what he's saying. I think he just says, thank you so much. Well, And thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I keep looking over here because I'm used to my monitor being over here for like the camera, but no, your the camera's right here. Thank you so much, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment if you want to see more, or if you think I missed something. Please subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.